You know, one of my favorite movies as a kid was Patrick Swayze's Roadhouse. That movie is filled with so many great, iconic lines, some of which I can't even repeat here on the John Campea Show.
Are we not supposed to quote that on the show?
I mean, that's a pretty hard one. I don't even feel comfortable saying that line, and everybody knows the line I'm talking about.
Demonetized.
Yeah, instantly demonetized. Where'd our sponsors go? So I loved that movie, and actually made my heart happy because one of my favorite shows of all time is, of course, Parks and Rec, and the one episode where Andy starts reenacting Roadhouse. Oh, Roadhouse, the greatest movie ever created. Anyway, it's just so good. Sam Elliott is so good in that. It's just an iconic, fantastic movie.
And Kevin Tighe, who owns the bar.
Oh, that's right.
You know, he was on, if you grew up in the 70s, he was one of the firefighters on Emergency.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I never knew that. Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, so there have been some whispers about somebody trying to remake Roadhouse a number of times along the way. A couple of years ago, actually, Ronda Rousey was going to star in a remake of Roadhouse. And then Ronda Rousey lost the title. She wasn't the big star anymore, and so they kind of moved on from that. Probably was a good thing. But now guess what? It's back. Roadhouse is coming back, and this time filling the immortal shoes of Patrick Swayze. It's going to be one of the greatest actors of our generation. Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be playing the lead role. This comes to us from the folks over at CBR wrote the following. Jake Gyllenhaal will star in Roadhouse, a remake of Patrick Swayze's 1989 cult classic action film. Doug Liman, the Bourne Identity and Edge of Tomorrow director, will direct the Amazon Studios production, which also stars Billy Magnuson, No Time to Die, The Many Saints of Newark, Daniela, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, Melchior, from the Suicide Squad. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these names from League of Their Own and Euphoria. And anyway, lots of people going to be in there. So he goes on to say, I'm thrilled to put my own spin on this beloved Roadhouse legacy, Lyman said in a statement, and I can't wait to show audiences what Jake and I are going to do with this iconic role. I am of a kind of mixed mind a little bit, but really more to one side. I mean, sure, this was one of my favorite movies growing up. Me and my buddies often would grab the VHS tape.
What's that?
And slap in Roadhouse and watch it over and over and over and over again. Be nice. It's just like over. That's one of the greatest lines ever, by the way. But at the same time, I am all for remakes. Remake everything. I don't care. Remake The Godfather, remake Star Wars, remake everything. It's fine. If you make a bad movie, oh well, we discard it like we do all bad movies. If you make a good movie, yay, we have a new good movie to celebrate. And the idea of a Jake Gyllenhaal stepping, because listen, I feel much differently today about the idea of a Roadhouse remake with Jake Gyllenhaal than I did about the idea of a Ronda Rousey, you know, a non-actor stepping in to fill, you know how I feel about that stuff. So I feel much better about this today. I'm totally all for it, and I think it's going to be great.
So what's going to be the Roadhouse in this movie if it's modern? Is it going to be Claim Jumper, Outback Steakhouse?
We
What
can
is he
literally
defending
go
here?
to a double deuce.
Well,
I mean,
What is he defending here?
It's gonna be a sole proprietor of a small roadhouse trying to stand up against the incursion of the big conglomerate chains like Chili's and whatever.
there we go.
I think it's gonna be awesome.
Here's my problem with the whole thing, though. Have you ever gone to a bar? No one's getting in each other's faces. They're all just looking at Tinder, swiping left or right. Who gets in fights in bars anymore? They got their phones.
Real bar.
It's kind of sad, but true. That is the one big difference now. Everybody in these bars are going to be constantly staring at them. You know, I bet you anything. That's going to be one of Jake Gyllenhaal's big things is not only like clean it up, but get people out. How do we get people off their phones? How do we
Real
get
human connection.
Real human connection.
You know, it's funny. I tweeted, no kidding. I tweeted this morning that I was going to give up the entertainment industry and open a bar called Funky Cold Medina, and I was going to take away everybody's phones before they came in. Maybe that could be part of the plot.
You know what? You do that in Los Angeles, it would probably do real well.
Dude, I
would actually probably do really well.
I wanted to open a phoneless bar for years.
They did that in Maverick, right? Well, at least at the bar, you couldn't.
Yeah, at the bar, you couldn't have the phone then.
Yeah,
That's
you couldn't
right.
have the phone, but open up a phone. You know, when we go to these screenings and they give us the little pouches your phone goes into?
Yep.
I would love to open a bar and call it like Convo would be the name of the bar. Bar Convo, and where everybody gets to talk. The bar where you can talk to each other.
Well, while I love the $1 billion idea, what do you think about a remake of
Look,
Roadhouse?
I mean, I think
It is $1 million idea, by the way.
the thing about Roadhouse though is we do live in a different time. And there was something about, it's funny because I was watching Roadhouse not too long ago, and I was like, I would like to go hang out at this bar now because it was a fun bar. People got in fights on Friday nights, and it was a rough place, but it looked fun compared to the bars that you go to now, which aren't. But I think a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, we were talking about earlier, like in Southpaw, how jacked he looked in that movie. I would love to see, like, if anybody could bring a quiet menace to a role, Jake Gyllenhaal could do it. He could be nice, but he could kick your ass. I mean, the whole part of Roadhouse, I mean, if you can take out some dude's throat, isn't that what he does?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what Dalton does at
Yes.
the end? I would believe Jake Gyllenhaal can do that. And if you're going to remake Roadhouse, that's the guy to do it. He might not be as traditionally pretty as Patrick Swayze.
That's
Oh, I
pretty
think
good
he
looking.
is.
That's
Look
a
at
pretty
him.
good looking
Look at
dude.
that guy.
But what I mean is he's more of a menacing, whereas Patrick Swayze has a sweetness to him. Come on, he did
Okay, I'll
hold
give you
Baby
that.
Up.
I'll
He
give you
held
that.
Baby Up in the corner. But
hold
Jake
that
Gyllenhaal
body
was
up.
a Nightcrawler. He could kick your ass.
Chris, what do you think about a remake of Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I mean, I think before we can get into this, we have to hear from Roger Ebert's original review of this. Roadhouse exists right on the edge between the good bad movie and the merely bad. I hesitate to recommend it because so much depends on the ironic vision of the viewer. This is not a good movie, but viewed in the right frame of mind, it's not a boring one either. And I think this is the key here. Are they doing a serious remake of this where they're like, this time we're going to do Roadhouse, but it's going to be a prestige film? Because I want it to be so good, bad. Tombstone Pizza it, baby. I would love that. I want this philosopher door guy who's a cooler to just do some weird shit and make this campy as hell.
Wasn't this movie directed by Rowdy Harrington?
I honestly can't remember. But you know what I want more than anything else in this? Because I tell you, you can still do it. Sam Elliott should just come back and play the same role.
Yeah.
Sam
Totally
Elliott can
agree.
still play the same guy.
role.
He can
He's the
still
same-
totally play the same
Yeah.
guy. Just bring him back.
Jonathan, could you bring that picture up again one more time of the three of them? Of the
yes.
original
Rowdy
cast?
Harrington.
Rowdy,
Like-
it was a guy named Rowdy directed the first
Makes
one.
sense. Look at all this
Sam's-
come
hair.
on, look at that.
Sam's
Look at this
hair
good
is
hair.
more white now.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look terribly different.
Yeah.
And give Jake Gyllenhaal that same haircut. I want
Yeah.
that pompadour back.
Oh my God!
Come on.
That's probably why he's getting into fights. if it's right now, he put in a haircut.
All right, guys. Questions for you. What do you think about this? Doing a Roadhouse remake, but Jake Gyllenhaal stepping in the shoes for Patrick Swayze. What do you think about that? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those thoughts there. We want to thank the sponsor of this video, Stamps.com. Now, guys, you don't need me to tell you that running a business, no matter how big or small, is an incredible stress. It feels like you need 5 of you for all the different directions you're being pulled in. And with all that, who's got time to go to the post office? Having to drop everything that you're doing to make a run to the post office is a major pain and drain on your day, especially when you've got more important things to do like running your business. So stop mailing and shipping the hard way. Stamps.com is your 24/7 post office that you can access from everywhere. Skip the headache with Stamps.com. Stamps.com gives you access to all of the post office and UPS shipping services that you need right from your computer. And get discounts you can't find anywhere else, like up to 30% off USPS rates and 86% off UPS. Stamps.com just makes your life easier, guys. You're up and running in minutes, printing official postage for any letter, any package, anywhere you want to send it. So guys, don't mail and ship the hard way. Sign up with Stamps.com today. Sign up with the promo code CAMPEA for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and enter the code CAMPEA.